कुर्सी के नीचे, कुर्सी के पीछे, कुर्सी के लिए मुद्दे ढूंढ रहा है। अब सभी भ्रमों को दूर करना सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है और सारे मुद्दे मैंने आपके समक्ष रख दिए कि आज तक पिछले 2 वर्षों में संचार साथी पोर्टल और संचार साथी ऐप के आधार पर कितनी सुविधा जनता को मिली है, कितना पैसा जनता का बचा है। और ये भी आंकड़े आपके सामने रख दूं, एक साल में 2024 में अकेले हमारे देश के अंदर 22,800 करोड़ रुपए के फ्रॉड हुए हैं।
With both sides refusing to back down, the Sanchar Sathi directive has triggered a nationwide political showdown.
All right, friends, India's big strides in Atmanirbharta in defense sector achieved an important milestone today with the Defense Research and Development Organization testing and validating all functions of an ejection system that makes fighter pilots safer in case of an emergency exit from their fighter planes. Take a look at this raw video.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story, with over 20,000 soldiers organized into battle groups that can fight independently, suggesting that the army is moving away from old defensive tactics toward a more aggressive approach that can strike on multiple fronts at once. This is not the army that waits behind borders anymore, but one that is ready to take the fight into enemy territory if provoked.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला,
delicious, healthy every day.
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story. With over 20,000 soldiers organized into battle groups that can fight independently, suggesting that the army is moving away from old defensive tactics toward a more aggressive approach that can strike on multiple fronts at once. This is not the army that waits behind borders anymore, but one that is ready to take the fight into enemy territory if provoked. The scenario itself, a cross-border offensive in response to a Pakistani attack, makes clear that India is no longer content.
Congress calls Sanchar Sathi a snooping app. Government fact checks opposition, says application can be uninstalled. Is opposition misleading nation on anti-fraud app? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story. With over 20,000 soldiers organized into battle groups that can fight independently, suggesting that the army is moving away from old defensive tactics toward a more aggressive approach that can strike on multiple fronts at once. This is not the army that waits behind borders anymore, but one that is ready.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on Republic TV. You're watching This Is Exclusive at 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, on Republic TV, we have brought you in the course of reporting in the last few months, especially after the crash in Ahmedabad involving an Air India plane. Air India continues to take your life, my life, extremely lightly. We'll tell you more about that. There has been an extremely shocking incident that we are reporting on the show. Here are the headlines. Massive Air India safety lapse. Airbus A320 flew without airworthiness certificate at least 8 times in 2 days. Another big safety lapse being reported. Aviation watchdog DGCA orders investigation into Air India safety lapse, orders immediate grounding of aircraft. Imran Khan's family finally gets access to meet him inside Rawalpindi's Adiala jail. Sister gets to meet Imran Khan. Imran Khan's family claims that he's been subjected to torture, blames Asim Munir for the torture on Imran Khan. Another setback for India's flagship carrier. Air India, ladies and gentlemen, once called the national carrier, has landed in the middle of another big controversy, one that raises very serious questions about internal oversight and regulatory compliance. 164-seater Airbus A320, which by the way has come under scrutiny. Airbus had to ground its entire fleet last week and do some tech checks, upgrade software. And this A320 was flown 8 full commercial sectors over 2 days by Air India without its airworthiness certificate, without airworthiness license, which had already expired. Now, this is an extremely serious lapse that has come to light only after an engineer flagged the issue. Air India did not even flag the issue. Engineer flagged the issue, triggering immediate action from the DGCA, which is the aviation regulator. The watchdog has now launched a full-fledged investigation. It's likely to treat this as a level 1 safety violation, the most critical category under flight safety norms. This particular aircraft we are talking about has since been grounded, and key personnel have been taken off duty, and Republic has accessed the full details, the letters, the different communication that took place between Air India and the DGCA, and also former officials at Air India and what they have to say. 1,300 lives were risked, ladies and gentlemen, by Air India by doing what they did. And the worst part is that Air India admits to it. They claim they knew. And if they knew, why didn't they stop it? Why didn't they ensure that the airworthiness certificate was given? It's a big safety lapse, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the full story. And then we have one of the key people in this story who raised a red flag joining us live on the show.
Air India finds itself in another massive controversy. This time, a major lapse in security. Air India flew A320 without license 8 times in 2 days. A 164-seater Airbus A320 flew 8 times on November 24th and 25th before an engineer discovered that its airworthiness license had expired. And now, aviation watchdog DGCA initiated a probe on the major lapse of security, likely to classify the incident as a level 1 violation, which is considered critical to flight safety. The ARC license is issued annually in respect of an aircraft after a comprehensive review. Furthermore, it is a validation of an aircraft's main certificate of airworthiness. Under the norms, Air India is delegated the powers to issue the ARC for an aircraft. Meanwhile, Air India's spokesperson has released a statement claiming that they have initiated a comprehensive internal probe. They have also confirmed that the concerned personnel has been placed under suspension. They have also confirmed that the concerned personnel has been placed under suspension under further review. And now, all eyes are on Air India and the DGCA to see how the probe pans out.
And joining us on the show this evening, Captain S.S. Panesar. He's a former director of flight safety of the erstwhile Indian Airlines. Joining us. Captain Panesar, first of all, how serious, how big a risk was this to do those 8 flights, sir?
Let me explain you at the outset what is C of A. This certificate airworthiness, all airlines, their aircraft have to undergo overall inspection after 1 year of flying. And it is grounded and checked, all systems are checked after they are found okay by the DGCA. They give a certificate to the airline known as CFA, Certificate of Airworthiness, to operate this aircraft for the next 1 year. Now, it is a grave concern that without knowing fully well that this aircraft is not having CFA, they put it on a passenger commercial flight, thereby endangering the safety of the passengers and crew. It is shocking news that Air India is not aware of it. They are full-fledged department, engineering department, safety department. Do you mean that they ignored? Why they ignored it? Because they know that DGCA, they may connive with DGCA and no action will be taken against them. It's a very grave concern. The DGCA should rise to occasion immediately and they should take a criminal action against these people who are responsible for the violation of this CFA. Otherwise, we don't want to face any more Ahmedabad incidents. What will happen? There's no point in tracing the route of the snake. Better kill the snake first. Now, another shocking news I'll tell you. They have operated another Boeing 787-9 to a foreign country whose CFA will be expiring tonight. And he'll be landing tomorrow after the expiry of CFA. You may say, Air didn't know about it? Or they want to know only after some incident or accident takes place. Who's going to be responsible? They have made aviation as a mockery of aviation in India. It is high time that the government should rise to occasion to bring back the image of this airline, which was known as one of the best airlines in the world, as long as it was under the command of Honorable J.D. Tata. He was known as the father of aviation. He wouldn't have allowed such incidents to take place in this airline. Now, why DGCA is quiet? They have not suspended the engineer. And I'll tell you shocking news. The chief of operation has issued a circular, all flying crew responsible for this lapse. How can you hold the pilots responsible? They've suspended the pilots who operated these flights. Why have you suspended the pilots? Have you done an investigation, inquiry, asked these pilots why they operated? It is lucky, we are glad that the chief of operation has not blamed the cabin crew also, that you are also responsible for this lapse. It's a matter of shame that such incidents and circulars are being issued by the airline. They are holding pilots responsible. I want to ask this gentleman, chief of the operation, let me know which way pilots are responsible. He signs the daily inspection report after engineer brings a book to him that I have checked all the systems, they are all perfect and it has all the valid certification. The pilot just countersigned the certificate and you hold pilots as responsible? Is it not a matter of shame? I want to know the DGCA to intervene and find out why the action has been taken against the pilots. I don't know what is going to happen in our aviation industry. It is being handled by the most inefficient person to handle such a huge aviation industry. They are sometimes using the vindictive processes against the crew and the employees of the airline. Will that help them? No, it is the right time for the DGCA to take a strict criminal action against the people who are involved in sending these flights on a commercial plane. I want to know, they said 8 flights have been done with the invalid CFA. I want to know how many pilots have you suspended the license? All the pilots who operated this flight? Whenever you put a pilot off the flight, you have to immediately inform the DGCA. The reason for putting a pilot off the flight, why have they informed the DGCA? Has DGCA intervened to Air India to ask them why you have grounded the pilots? But they have not taken any action against the engineering, flight safety, and other people responsible for this serious lapse. It is high time we should rise to occasion, make this Air India as our most famous airline as it was earlier under the command of Honorable J.D. Tata, who was known as father of aviation. I'm really very much disappointed by the DGCA working and the airline functioning. Are they not scared of the DGCA or anything? Why don't they take? They have DGCA recently changed the Aircraft Act. In that they say they will be, for any violation, they can fine them 2 crores or jail up to 2 years. Why haven't they taken action against their own rules and all that? Why are they quiet? Why the DGCA does not have any experienced people in their organization? I can quote you many accidents where the DGCA has not taken correct
Captain
action.
Panesar, can I ask you a question, sir? Sir, can I ask you a question? Now,
sure.
Now, you're rightly questioning the regulator. Of course, the regulator, because see, sir, after the crash in Ahmedabad, there have been at least 10 to 15 incidents that we have reported here on Republic TV. On this show, at least 10 to 15 incidents have been reported. And each time, unfortunately, it happens to be Air India. There have been other airlines as well, I'm not saying no. But Air India seems to be a serial offender when it comes to these lapses. 1,300 lives in this one plane alone. Now, obviously, there is something seriously wrong on the airlines end, and I don't know, the DGCA is supposed to be the regulator not cracking the whip, because they give every time there's an incident like this, they give a very templated response saying that we've pulled up the operator has de-rostered, operator is taking corrective measures kind of a statement. And it ends there. You've worked with them. What seems to be the real problem, Captain Panesar?
Let me tell you one thing. From the time the Air India has been disinvested from government to Tata Air India, it has been fined up to 6 crores by DGCA for various violations of safety. What action they have taken in the improvement on DGCA? Did they monitor whether they improved or not? One pilot refused a flight on a particular route because that aircraft are not fit for that route. They suspended him. They are scaring the pilots and the flying crew that if you write any complaint, and they say we'll sack you. They get warning like this. Pilots don't want to report anything. Because today, you know the cost of living, how expensive it is. They have to hire accommodation, they have to pay for the students, their children education. They don't want to write, they don't want to take any panga with the airline because they'll sack them in the evening.
Yeah.
But I only appreciate that the airline should hold a meeting once in 3 or 6 months, as we used to do. Our chairman, former chairman, Shri P.C. Sen, he used to hold a meeting once in 6 months in a 5-star hotel, offer the drinks and dinner, and he used to listen to everybody's complaint. And he used to take an action to improve the airline. Why can't this airline? No, you see, DGCA is finding them for one violation 10 lakhs, 20. Father, because the money is to be paid by Tata Trust, who is a billionaire. Tata can pay billions of rupees to DGCA. But why don't they take action against the actual criminals? By paying money, you does not mean your safety has improved. Air India has tons of money to pay them DGCA for any number of fines. 6 crores have been fined in almost 2 years by DGCA for various violations. How do they justify that? I met the Chief of Vigilance and Safety. I said, forgetting all this, a person coming from New York to Bombay, you could not provide 2 wheelchairs. They only gave 1 wheelchair. And the other lady, you be on a wheelchair, the man walked and he died near the immigration counter. When I met this officer, he said, I can't spend money on the wheelchair. Passengers carry heavy baggages on wheelchair. They don't carry heavy baggages. You see, if this is the attitude of the airline, now you tell me whom you should talk and refer to these things. They don't want to listen. I sent few mails to the Chief Operating Officer. Said, I want to meet you and discuss few things for the improvement of the airline. I didn't get any response from them. They don't want to listen to the professionals and experienced people. Now, whom do you blame now?
Yeah. So I completely agree.
Sad incident. They made aviation as a mockery of aviation in the world.
Sir, can I ask you one last question? Now, there is no repercussion, or at least we believe that there is no repercussion, because each time it's a templated response. They're summoned. I can't tell you, sir, we have actually confronted the CEO of Air India at least 4 to 5 times outside the DGCA office. Each time we get to see him is outside the DGCA office. That's how many times he's been called to the DGCA office. It has actually happened. Now, the fact is, why this issue is getting compounded is also because it's an A320. Over the weekend, we had reports of Airbus grounding 6,000 planes worldwide, or possible software glitch because of intensive radiation, etc. There was sudden height drop, etc. And they had to upgrade the software over serious concerns. And this is the same plane, ironically, that was being flown without a license, which compounds it even more. Now, we don't know how many more incidents there could be once you start digging and digging, and we don't know how many times, such incidents may be hidden even.
See, I have written letters to the Air India. I said, I have attended many world conferences in America and Europe where the Flight Safety Foundation, one of the directors said, if any airline thinks flight safety is expensive, try an accident. You think the Air India should not learn anything from Ahmedabad crash? What improvements they have done it? What action they have taken to improve the flight safety of the airline? I want to know this. Even if this incident of flying a high altitude with the solar radiation affecting the system, what action they have taken after this? I want to know that. Do they have any competent people to understand these things? It is being handled by incompetent HRD department. HRD department is sending pilots for training and all that who have no clue of the aviation. It is high time we should involve the veterans, experienced people for a conference and listen to them. And you take incident, if you like, you take it, otherwise you ignore it. We don't force you. We are not trying to criticize anybody. But we are working for the safety of aviation and the safety of innocent passengers flying by these aircraft.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very sad incident. I'm glad that our media listen to occasion and trying to inform that they be careful. The DGCA should rise to occasion immediately.
Yeah, we've been reporting back-to-back incidents, Captain Panesar, and we wonder what's going on because even after reporting repeated incidents, something seems to be amiss, and that is why this is happening again and again with the same airline. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining us, Captain Panesar, on This Is Exclusive. And let's get you the next big story, ladies and gentlemen. For the last few days, we've been talking about the condition of Imran Khan. If he's alive, dead, nobody knew, but today his family members got to meet him. One of his sisters, Dr. Uzma Khan, met Imran Khan and confirmed that he's alive. They got to see him, he's alive, but they claimed he was being tortured. And they went on record to say, the sister of Imran Khan said that she spoke to Imran and that the health of Imran Khan seems to be better. But she said that he's neither talking to anyone nor meeting anyone. He's been completely isolated. And Imran Khan reportedly told family members that he's being mentally tortured. Imran Khan telling his family members that Asim Munir is responsible for everything that's happening with him inside jail. He went on to name Asim Munir the failed marshal of Pakistan. And the family came out of jail, put out a statement, and they claimed that Imran Khan was extremely angry with how he was being tortured. With a small window of opportunity that he had with his family members, he told his sister that Asim Munir was responsible, adding that he was being locked in a room all day and rarely being taken out. Here's what the sister of Imran Khan said today.
सेहत अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक है, मगर जहनी वो उन्होंने बड़े गुस्से में थे, कहते हैं कि हमें ये मेंटल टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं और सारा दिन कमरे में बंद, थोड़ा सा बाहर जो निकल सकते हैं, कोई किसी से कम्युनिकेशन नहीं, कहते हैं ये आसिम मुनीर जिम्मेदार है, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है। बाकी
कितनी देर मुलाकात रही है मैडम आपकी? अच्छा, सेहत उनकी ठीक है?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
Republic TV is reporting live from outside the jail in Rawalpindi. We've been able to report from there, speak to some of Imran Khan's party leaders. Listen in.
एक माह बाद जो है मुलाकात हुई है इमरान खान साहब की सीरा की, तो सर क्या?
देखिए, मेरी बहुत ही मुख्तसर गुफ्तगू हुई है उज़मा आपा से। उन्होंने बाहर आके ये कहा और मेरा सवाल उनसे पहला यही था कि खान साहब की सेहत ठीक है, उनका सेहत ठीक है उनकी। तो बाकी बातें वो मीडिया टॉक में अपनी बताएंगी जो खान साहब की हिदायत हैं हिदायत। लेकिन सबसे बड़ा जो हमें तशवीश थी वो खान साहब की सेहत के हवाले से थी, तो वो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक।
सर, एक महीने बाद मुलाकात हुई है, कैसे देख रहे हैं?
ये जुल्म है जी, ये टॉर्चर है, ये गैर इंसानी सलूक है कि एक शख्स को आप काल कोठरी में डाल दें, उसके ख़ानदान को, उसके वकला को उससे ना मिलने दें। ये बर्बरियत की बदतरीन मिसाल है। तो हम इंशाअल्लाह ये ऐसा कुछ करने वालों से हिसाब लेंगे।
सर, एक मुलाकात के लिए जगह जगह रास्ते बंद किए हुए, इतना खौफ और
पूरी रोजगार आप देखिए, इस पूरे इलाके की दुकानें बंद हैं, यहाँ पे रेस्टोरेंट बंद हैं। इन्होंने हमला किया है इस पूरे इलाके पर, इस इलाके की रोजगार ख़त्म की। आज मुझे बताया गया है कि स्कूल भी बंद हो गए। तो ये क्या बर्बरियत है जी? एक कानून आइन के मुताबिक मुलाकात होनी है बहनों की, उसको टालने के लिए, रोकने के लिए ये पूरे माशरे पर इन्होंने हमला किया हुआ है।
सर मुकम्मल तौर पर खान साहब को ना वकला को मिलने दिया जा रहा है। खान साहब ने भी शिकायत ये की है कि मुझे वकला से नहीं मिलने दिया जा रहा, पार्टी का
ये उनके मुकदमात हैं और उन मुकदमात के हवाले से जब तक वो मुलाकात नहीं करेंगे कोई मुकदमा आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा, हम बॉयकॉट करेंगे। बहुत शुक्रिया।
Now, it's a very serious allegation when the family of Imran Khan says that Imran Khan inside jail told his sister that he was being tortured, and he's named Asim Munir. And this was confirmed by the sister of Imran Khan when she spoke to the media. Listen in.
सेहत अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक है, मगर ज़हनी वो उन्होंने बड़े गुस्से में थे, कहते हैं कि हमें ये मेंटल टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं और सारा दिन कमरे में बंद, थोड़ा सा बाहर जो निकल सकते हैं, कोई किसी से कम्युनिकेशन नहीं। कहते हैं ये आसिम मुनीर जिम्मेदार है, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है। बाकी
कितनी देर मुलाकात रही है मैडम आपकी? अच्छा, सेहत उनकी ठीक है?
सेहत अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ठीक है, मगर ज़हनी वो उन्होंने बड़े गुस्से में थे, कहते हैं कि हमें ये मेंटल टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं और सारा दिन कमरे में बंद, थोड़ा सा बाहर जो निकल सकते हैं, कोई किसी से कम्युनिकेशन नहीं। कहते हैं ये आसिम मुनीर जिम्मेदार है, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है। बाकी
कितनी देर मुलाकात रही है मैडम आपकी? अच्छा, सेहत उनकी ठीक है?
Joining us live from the newsroom, Shawan, serious allegation to say that he was tortured by Asim Munir.
Well, in fact, multiple petitions were actually filed by Imran Khan's family members for this meeting to take place. But remember, as per the court instructions, they were supposed to be given access every Tuesday. For the last 3 months or so, a little more than that, Imran Khan's family members were not being allowed. This after Imran Khan's lawyers made an appeal before the court stating as to why they were not being given any access. Finally, Dr. Uzma, younger sister of Imran Khan, was actually given access today, where she's making a clear, direct accusation. And she says that this is what Imran Khan had to say. And perhaps one of the reasons why you've had Asim Munir preventing Imran Khan's family meeting them was because he does not want Imran Khan's message to really go out, because here you have Imran Khan once again taking on Asim Munir. They've had a history in the past, but at the same time, remember, these are direct allegations not being leveled against Shehbaz Sharif. Imran Khan is now targeting Asim Munir, and none other than Dr. Uzma, who's now come out after meeting Imran Khan, directly pointing fingers at Asim Munir for preventing the family members from meeting him, and the fact that he's being tortured inside the jail. So one thing is for sure, that he has been tortured over the last couple of months while he was inside the jail. Having said that, the family members say that he is recovering, he is in a better condition, but what is very clear is that Asim Munir and the gang is essentially torturing Imran Khan inside the jail.
Thank you for that, Shawan. A very serious allegation. Ladies and gentlemen, gets very interesting. Now that this family has said that he was tortured in jail and by Asim Munir, does that make things worse? Does it make it worse? Will the protests escalate? Likely to happen, because nobody knows where Asim Munir is, and his promotion has been put on hold. So something's happening in Pakistan, and Republic will be right on top of that story. Thanks for watching. This is Exclusive.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये ही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल. ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े. क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड.
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है.
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला. डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story. With over 20,000
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story. With over 20,000
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From your smartphones to your smart television, trending stories are breaking the internet. Tonight, we bring you a clarification from the Mandhana family. After much awaiting a word from either family regarding the much talked about wedding of cricketer Smriti Mandhana and singer-composer Palash Muchal. Smriti's brother Shravan spoke, dispelling rumours one by one. There's additionally the fact that we witness a fun iteration of Desi multiverse of madness. It is Bollywood versus the Indian cricket team. Mika versus Bumrah, taking the internet by storm. And that's not all. We also have Prada buying Versace, the merger nobody saw coming. The sleek sophistication meeting high-octane opulence. And last but not the least, social media spies Pakistan's major fumble amidst its bravado of sending relief aid to Sri Lanka, earning the internet's ire and, well, laughs. Oh, and let's not forget a jaw-dropping revelation. The parliament in its winter session unveiled the names of fugitive economic offenders, which from India tally to a total of 15, including the notorious Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi. And one of them may have just retorted. Stay tuned to this episode to know more. We have this and a lot more packed in this power-packed edition of Trending. I'm Anthara. Let's get started. The rumors have long surrounded the wedding of Smriti Mandhana and Palash Muchal. And this time, we have a family member from the Muchal family come forth, break their silence and confirm that the wedding still stands postponed. In fact, Smriti's brother Shravan Mandhana issued a clarification after reports claimed his sister and Palash were to get married in a private ceremony on the December 7th. Now the pair, dating since 2019, postponed that November 23rd wedding in Sangli, Maharashtra, just hours before when Mandhana's father faced a health emergency. Unverified cheating claims against Muchal soon emerged from the alleged chat screenshots, in which the woman who was involved denied them as baseless. Now, Muchal later sought hospital care for anxiety-related chest pain and appeared calm at Mumbai airport. However, a circulating report of a private December 7th ceremony lacks confirmation from the couple. And next up, the internet is having a field day with hashtag Bumrah versus Mika, which has been doing frantic laps across social media after singer Mika Singh threw down a rather dramatic challenge to India's bowlers, replete with a bold dare. Himmat hai to out karo. What started as a cheeky stunt and now it seems very likely a marketing spark exploded instantly as fans began tagging star pacer Jasprit Bumrah, pushing him to take the challenge head on. Watch this. Well, of course, this is the multiverse of madness that we were talking, ladies and gentlemen. It is Bollywood versus the Indian cricket team. It is Mika versus Bumrah. And there you have it, his challenge ringing loud and clear. Himmat hai to out karke dikhao. Viewers, the trend went a notch higher when it made its way onto Bumrah's Instagram story today. An official collab with JK Cement that amplified the hashtag and sent it spiraling even further. Now we wondered, is this gearing up to be an actual showdown? A Bollywood versus Team India face-off? Well, not quite. For now at least, there is no official match on the cards. Everything we have seen so far points to a fun, fast-moving social media campaign that's turned into a full-blown meme storm. Mika continues playing the fearless batter. Bumrah is being cast as the inevitable enforcer. So whether the singer will ever face a 145 km/h Yorker is still anyone's guess, as good as yours and mine. But for now, let's just say that the internet is absolutely loving this crossover that, yes, viewers so far exists purely online. With Bumrah officially sporting the challenge, the hashtag has now rocketed to a top of social media chatter and netizens cannot seem to contain their excitement. The Twitter was flooded with comments where one Twitterati showed his impatience jokingly. Meanwhile, another user took the humor up a notch by comparing the long wait of the match to a full-on therapy session. Adding to the tweet streak, another Twitterati jumped in with full enthusiasm, waiting for the match to start off. And yet, another social media tweet captured the collective impatience perfectly, with the user saying that they are tired of refreshing their screen. From praising the genius of the hashtag to placing playful bets on who would win this particular face-off, the Door reactions clearly highlight that audience is not going to hold back very soon. Hot off the plate and straight to you. If it is trending, it is right here on the Hot Trends. Piyush Goyal's iconic dance at the UAE National Day celebrations seems not less than any crazy moment. Union Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal attended the 54th UAE National Day celebrations in Delhi and surprised the audience with his energetic dance moves in traditional Arab style. The celebration showcased the growing UAE-India cultural bond filled with vibrant performances. A recent post on X has led to a heated conversation throughout social media. The tweet was published by Pranay Maheshwari, who defines himself as a lawyer. He advised that Indians should move out of the country for a better living. His remarks have immediately sparked controversy, with many individuals responding angrily on the internet. Maheshwari said that on Instagram that individuals who are able should consider leaving India as soon as possible. Actor Ranveer Singh has apologized on his Instagram story a few days after he caused a stir on the social media by reenacting Rishabh Shetty's intense Daiva Chavundi moment at the event. The note stated, and I quote, "My intention was to highlight Rishabh's incredible performance in the film. Actor to actor, I know how much it takes to perform that particular scene the way he did, for which he has my utmost admiration." Now viewers, nobody in Chennai was ready for a morning stroll. People heading towards the Wimco Nagar depot via metro had to walk on the railway track when the train became trapped in a tube. Chennai Metro Rail's Blue Line, which operates between Wimco Nagar Depot and Chennai International Airport, encountered a mechanical snag in the early hours of December 2nd. The train got stuck in a tube between the Central Metro and the High Court station. In fact, passengers on board also complained of no electricity. Arjun Tendulkar continues to work hard on the 22-yard strip as he prepares for a new voyage in the Indian Premier League. He produced a brilliant all-round performance for Goa against Madhya Pradesh in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Before the 2026 season auction, the IPL side Mumbai Indians traded Arjun to the Lucknow team when he moved his home team from Mumbai to Goa. With concern of backing a rich IPL deal in the auction out of his head, Arjun is entirely intent on honing his skills on the pitch and delivering them in the LSG jersey. On December 1st, 2025, Samantha Ruth Prabhu and director Raj Nidimuru formally started a new chapter in their relationship by being married in a small, intimate ceremony. The newly released images of the new couple offer a closer look at the hallowed atmosphere in which the nuptials took place. One frame shows Samantha and Raj posing with their loved ones. In another, the couple sits next to one another in traditional garb for what looks like to be a puja. In the current Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, India's top domestic 2020 competition, 14-year-old wonder Vaibhav Suryavanshi has established himself. In just his 16th professional 2020 match, Suryavanshi scored his third century, viewers, while playing for Bihar against Maharashtra, scoring 108 runs off just 61 deliveries. The young boy is now the youngest ever player to strike a century in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Singer Nick Jonas, known for openly expressing his love for Priyanka Chopra, once again celebrated their romance publicly as he marked their 7th wedding anniversary with a lovely tribute on Instagram. The artist devoted a sweet message to Priyanka and posted a gorgeous photo of her beside the pool. Nick shared a picture of Priyanka lounging by the pool in a red bikini and enjoying the sunshine on December 2nd. 7 years married to my dream girl was written alongside it. US First Lady Melania Trump revealed the White House Christmas decoration, marking the family's first holiday there since 2020. The executive mansion glistens with Christmas trees, wreaths, strands of lights, butterflies, gold stars, and pounds of gingerbread under the theme, "Home is where the heart is," creating a joyous display for the first family's holiday. When JDU's legislator Vibha Devi found it difficult to read her oath smoothly, a little awkward moment occurred in the Bihar Assembly. Manorama Devi, seated behind her, quietly prompted the lines, helping her repeat them one after another until the oath was complete. Viewers, this one is raising eyebrows across the region. Earlier this week, Pakistan's High Commission in Colombo delivered relief aid to Sri Lanka's flood-hit districts, stressing solidarity and brotherhood, which is all well and good, but of course, until it isn't. Social media users quickly zoomed into the images released with the announcement, and that's where things got really messy. Bags of flour and rice sported manufacturing dates from 2022 and expiries marked October 2024, which in December 2025 makes them officially an expired aid. While the High Commission quietly pulled down the original photos later and uploaded fresh distribution images, there is still no direct response on the expiry concerns. A brush under the carpet, maybe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have that contrasted with India's rapid fire operation Sagar Bandhu. Sri Lanka's neighbor swinging into action with a full-fledged humanitarian development. The Indian Army contingent, equipped with medical, engineering and signals units, landed in Sri Lanka as part of a coordinated boots-on-ground relief efforts. And what we are talking about here is advanced dressing stations, mobile surgical teams with operational theatres and capacity to treat 20 to 30 patients at once. We bring to the table engineering teams restoring essential services and signal personnel ensuring seamless communication through the crisis. This is not just aid. This is infrastructure, this is medical care, logistics and manpower. This is essentially and quite literally the whole package. A textbook example of India-Sri Lanka's long-standing civilizational bond translating into real-time support when it counts. Now, naturally, viewers, social platforms have picked up the contrast, and it but obviously led to a multitude of online chatter. It started with one of the Twitterati posted about the peak of shamelessness shown by Pakistan. The other tweet pointed that this activity is not the first one, but instead what they always do. While there was another Twitterati who got eyes on it after it said that this is just a Pakistan's act to get good products in return. Another user took a sharp jibe and labelled Pakistan's act of not providing its products to its own people. And the other tweet pointed at the real story behind Pakistan's so-called relief aid. From calling out the questionable quality of Pakistan's aid to applauding India's readiness and professionalism under Operation Sagar Bandhu, timelines have been buzzing. Some are even labelling the tale of the two neighbours, pointing out the stark difference between the expired food packets and the full-scale, fully capable relief operations. Now, fast, zippy, and exactly how it should be. These are the fast trends of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look. The Prada Group now officially controls the Versace brand in a deal worth nearly $1.4 billion as the closing of the acquisition was reported. The date, December 2nd, coincides with the birthday of late Gianni Versace. The highly anticipated deal is expected to relaunch Versace's fortunes after middling post-pandemic performance as part of the US luxury group Capri Holdings. Many were taken aback by the findings of a social experiment conducted by the American influencer to determine how quickly his laptop would be stolen in New York City. 5 minutes after the experiment starts, someone grabs the laptop in the video. How long does it take for somebody to steal your laptop in NYC? A video that was written and posted by Sam Barris. It shows him leaving the laptop in a busy spot in New York City. A man from the United Kingdom has taken creativity to a whole new level by shaping his moustache and beard to resemble each letter of the English alphabet. As the video progresses, each following frame shows a new letter from B to C and all the way to Z. Every character is etched with exceptional precision. For rounder letters, his moustache curls, and for angular ones, his beard is clipped into crisp lines. Directed by National Award winner Sandeep Raj, the film stars Roshan Kangakkala as a determined young man fighting for his love opposite to Sakshi, Mandolkar's vulnerable character, with Bandi Saroj Kumar as menacing antagonist. Quick cuts highlight horse pursuits through grasslands, tense standoffs, and a gripping score by Kala Bhairava, plus subtle nods to mythology and a Prabhas reference as well. People Media Factory plans a grand worldwide release on December 12th, and early reviews praise its mix of love, pain, and fury. Dressed in a light blue tracksuit, Kohli greeted each young fan warmly, accepting flowers from beaming children in colourful outfits. One little girl handed him a rose with tears in her eyes. This heartfelt welcome happened a day before India's second ODI against South Africa at Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Stadium in Raipur. From October 2nd to November 30th, the young scholar from Maharashtra performed the intricate Danda Krama recitation of Shukla Yajurveda Shaka in historic Vedic school in Varanasi. Known for its demanding phonetic patterns, this feat, completed only 3 times in history, earned him the title Dandakram Vikramaditya amid a joyous procession with 500 students, gifts including a golden bracelet, and praise from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Now on December 2nd in Ahmedabad, Padikkal smashed his 4th T20 century in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy Elite Group D clash, helping Karnataka post 245 for 3, their second highest T20 score against Tamil Nadu. The knock earned him the player of the match and boosted his case as Royal Challengers Bengaluru's number 3 ahead of IPL 2026. The Indian ODI team's relationship between head coach Gautam Gambhir and the iconic pair Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma appears to have deteriorated, according to a number of sources. Now, social media footage have fueled the rumors that say that Kohli is avoiding coach Gambhir. As the Indian squad prepares for the second ODI of the 3-match series against South Africa in Raipur, a fresh video has emerged as well, showing Kohli engaging in an intensive discussion with Pragyan Ojha, the latest addition to the Ajit Agarkar-led BCCI selection committee. The creators of Raja Saab unveiled the first look poster of Boman Irani's character on December 2nd on the occasion of the actor's 66th birthday. The actor plays the role of a psychiatrist, hypnotist, and a paranormal investigator. A character shrouded in brilliance. The film also features Prabhas, Malvika Mohanan, and Nidhi Agarwal, as well as Riddhi Kumar. It will release in the theatres on January 9th, 2026. And what's a day without another jaw-dropping reveal on social media? Today, we bring you a shocker, ladies and gentlemen. A page on X by the name of Indian Tech and Infra unveils the truth. The parliament was informed earlier on Monday that as many as 15 individuals who have been declared as fugitive economic offenders collectively owe over rupees 58,000 crore to the banks. And of course, this list notably includes the notoriously famous Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi. Others in this list, of course, include Mehul Choksi, Nitin Sandesara, Chetan Sandesara, and Sudarshan Venkatraman. Now, while this truth bomb was overpowered by sloganeering and ruckus at the winter session of the parliament by opposition MPs over the SIR, let's get you to the gritty details of these fraudster scams on your screens. Now, the post went quickly viral on social media, but what really shook the internet up was Vijay Mallya responding to that post. That's right, viewers. Vijay Mallya of Kingfisher Airlines was swift in his response to the allegations on social media, especially when the aforementioned post singled him out as much. He tweeted in response to the post, questioning the veracity of the claim, as he goes to allege the lack of statement of account or credit of amounts for the money recovered by the government in kind, or the absence of a retired judge to investigate his case. Social media took to this news all enthused, and especially Malia's response. The internet soon transformed into an absolute meme fest, viewers, as netizens shared their hot takes on the crushing debts owed and incurred by the nation by these economic offenders, and Malia's defense for the same. From slamming Malia's quote-unquote audacity to defend, to even pleading him to return the money owed and make amends with the nation after stealing millions of Indians' hard-earned money and dreams. The reactions on the social media split over a range of emotions. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all we could pack in this edition of Trending. Stay tuned, because on the other side, it is Debate with Arnab. We'll see you on the other side. Good night.
Supreme Court questions a red carpet for infiltrators. Opposition stalls Parliament over crackdown on infiltrators. Why is opposition attempting to shield infiltrators? Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Congress again disrespects Indian armed forces. Congress says army put under pressure by government. Why is army becoming Congress's #1 target? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m. Congress calls Sanchar Sathi a snooping app. Government fact checks opposition, says application can be uninstalled. Is opposition misleading nation on anti-fraud app? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years.
Supreme Court questions a red carpet for infiltrators. Opposition stalls Parliament over crackdown on infiltrators. Why is opposition attempting to shield infiltrators? Debating tonight at 9 p.m. Congress again disrespects Indian armed forces. Congress says army put under pressure by government. Why is army becoming Congress's #1 target? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m. Congress calls Sanchar Sathi a snooping app. Government fact checks opposition, says application can be uninstalled. Is opposition misleading nation on anti-fraud app? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा जीरा सिप।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And in exercise Ram Prahar, it delivered perhaps its clearest message from the Western Front in recent years, not through speeches or press conferences, but through a powerful demonstration of what it can actually do on the battlefield. What happened in the deserts and plains under Kharga Corp was not just another military exercise, but a carefully planned signal about capability and intent along our border with Pakistan. The numbers tell part of the story, with over 20,000 soldiers organized into battle groups that can fight independently, suggesting that the army is moving away from old defensive tactics toward a more aggressive approach that can strike on multiple fronts at once. This is not the army that waits behind borders anymore, but one that is ready to take the fight into enemy territory if provoked. The scenario itself, across borders.
Congress calls Sanchar Sathi a snooping app. Government fact checks opposition, says application can be uninstalled. Is opposition misleading nation on anti-fraud app? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
When they globalized, they thought this globalization will benefit only people who know how to operate economics. China did not know how to operate economics, but it knew how to operate the people who operate economics, and they looted America. America produced a Frankenstein monster by giving more MFN facilities to China, giving them all the technologies, and China became the factory to produce goods for America, and of course all kinds of political influences were there to defeat Russia, which was the greatest ambition of America, which made them expand the NATO, which has resulted in the Ukraine war. But India was always careful. We calibratedly accepted globalization. We never wholeheartedly accepted globalization. It is because the society of India would never allow globalized ideas to enter. That is the reason why we are a different society.
Congress again disrespects Indian armed forces. Congress says army put under pressure by government. Why is army becoming Congress's #1 target? Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
I want to not wait for India to say whether we will win the war in infrastructure, whether we will win the war in data centers. To me, those are given. Ultimately, whether we go and take it from outside or whether we build it ourselves, we will get the infrastructure right. The real challenge is in applications. What do you think was when the COVID war happened? The largest manufacturing in the world was in India. That's how we did the vaccine export. But more important is India developed its own vaccine. That Krishna Ila gave us the vaccine in a very short time because of the usage of AI, and we, in a way, not only addressed our health issues, but also helped many countries. So my point is very simple. India's advantage is becoming Krishna Ila or a Vivek Wadhwa. As long as we remember that, the applications are thousands.
Supreme Court questions a red carpet for infiltrators. Opposition stalls Parliament over crackdown on infiltrators. Why is opposition attempting to shield infiltrators? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight, why I believe there's too much being made about this Sanchar Sathi controversy and why nobody should really have any problems if they have nothing to hide. At 8:30 p.m., the terrible habit of Renuka Chaudhary, who goes representing the Congress party each time and now has decided to target the armed forces of the country. And at 9 o'clock tonight, why Indian politics is divided between pro-infiltrator and anti-infiltrator. It's not about SIR, let's not go technical. It's about whether you're against infiltrators or for them. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposition wants you to believe that you're being snooped on, and most snooping, they say, is going to happen by the government through your phones. The opposition claims that your phones will have the Sanchar Sathi app, which is an app designed, planned by the Department of Telecommunications, which has given a mandate saying that all phones will have the pre-installation of the Sanchar Sathi app. It's a mobile app which will be there on all new handsets in the country. What is the Sanchar Sathi app? It's basically a secure platform across multiple telecom safety services. The government says it allows consumers to report fraud communications, spam, check genuineness of their mobile handsets, and block lost or trace stolen phones. So basically, Jyotiraditya Scindia is saying it's a good thing. It helps you secure your phone. The opposition said no, it's a snooping app. Jyotiraditya Scindia wants to get inside your phone and find out what you're WhatsApping to whom, what you're messaging whom, where you're going, where you're eating. So basically the opposition is crying foul, saying that this is like Pegasus. Now that's where the opposition makes a mistake. Because the moment you say Pegasus, you realize that Pegasus was a big deal about nothing. It was a HOAX hoax. It was a nexus citing so-called OCCRP reports funded by the US State Department saying that some opposition leaders had Pegasus spyware put into their phones so that Narendra Modi could get to know who was talking what to whom and what those messages were about. Rahul Gandhi had said at that time, I myself have Pegasus on my phone. And he went around saying that he can't message anyone because the Intelligence Bureau knows who he's talking to. And he claimed that Intelligence Bureau officials had called him to say, Rahul Gandhi, we are tracking your phone. This all ended up being one gigantic hoax because the matter came up in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court wasted time, appointed a committee, probed the allegations, examined 29 phones, examined their hardware, but found nothing about Pegasus being on any of them, which means that the whole Pegasus controversy, which we wasted time on for 6 months, which the Supreme Court wasted time, technical committee wasted time, taxpayer money was wasted, ended up finding no evidence of any Pegasus malware. This is therefore the example of crying foul. Crying foul meaning there is actually nothing to report, there is nothing to be worried about, but because someone's made a big deal about it, you go around believing that there is something wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly the kind of thinking which the opposition wants to put in your head. They want you to feel insecure. The opposition, having realized they cannot win an election, wants you to feel insecure, wants you to feel worried, wants you to feel scared, wants you to say that the government's after me and the government wants to know what I'm doing. Now, I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, why would the government want to know what you're doing? Why would the government want to find out where you bought vegetables from? Why would the government want to find out which movies you've been watching? Why would the government want to find out where you ordered some noodles from? The government only wants to find out if you're someone who is doing spam calls, if you're involved in cybercrime, if you're doing something that is patently illegal. In other words, the government wants to track you only if you're a digital criminal. And Sanchar Sathi is something only digital criminals should be scared about. Ladies and gentlemen, to say that something which is aimed at protecting the citizens from digital crime is aimed at actually snooping their private information is an exaggeration of a point that there is really no way in which it can be believed by any logical individual. And therefore, I wanted to begin the program by telling you, do not believe a lot of false data which will be coming to you over the next few days, because you know how some of these Kongi groups work. They take money from all kinds of foreign groups, then they keep spamming you. They're going to put out all these ads. They're going to pay and fund inorganic traffic only to make sure that you're very scared and you believe that the government wants to find out what you're doing in your private space. Trust me, and I'm saying this to you, Jyotiraditya Scindia or Narendra Modi are not interested in your vegetable shopping or to find out which movies you've been watching or where you're doing your food delivery orders from. It's only trying to ensure that there is a system, however, in this country, which is the largest number of mobile handsets, the largest number of mobile connections, where if you're a victim of crime, you have the rights, the ability, and there is a technical interface which allows it. Most importantly, if you're uncomfortable with Sanchar Sathi, you can uninstall it. If the government wanted to be Big Brother, why would you give you the right to uninstall the app within a flash of a second? This is therefore the reality. Since you're going to, I presume, be receiving a lot of false information and fake news about the subject, I wanted to begin tonight by addressing this very, very critical, very important issue, which seems to be creating a little bit of a flutter on the first day of Parliament. Let's debate.
From fake KYC alerts to SIM swap frauds, digital crime has exploded across India. In 2024 alone, India reported almost 3 million cyber frauds. The need of the hour? Find a cyber fix. Enter the Sanchar Sathi app, a security and awareness platform whose purpose is to help mobile users manage their digital identity, report suspicious activity, and safeguard their devices. The app promises to protect users by tracking misuse of mobile numbers and preventing fraudulent SIMs.
Thanks to the controversy Sanchar Sathi app, already the #1 app on utilities. When I open it, there are 5 options. Option 1 is to report fraud or suspected fraud communication by simply adding a few details, uploading it. Government will take care of it. Point number 2, it helps you block your lost or stolen mobile handset. All you have to do is add your name, mobile number, IMEI number. It does the job for you. Third, it helps you know if there are other mobile connections in your name. It's pretty simple. You can choose which is your actual number. Fourth, it helps you know the genuineness of your mobile handset, if it's a stolen handset, etc. And point number 5, it helps you report incoming international call with Indian number. If you're being targeted by cyber criminals, it's going to help you report them. Finally, the biggest controversy, can you delete this app? Yes, you can. Does it collect your data? No, it doesn't.
The government says it's essential to fight cybercrime, stop fraud calls, block suspicious apps, and help track lost or stolen phones.
पार्लियामेंट को डिस्टर्ब करने के लिए बहाना बनाने का कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है. हर मुद्दे अपने जगह में इम्पोर्टेंट है, लेकिन मुद्दे को आप हथियार बना करके पार्लियामेंट को स्टॉल करेंगे, ये तो ठीक नहीं है.
But the opposition smells a surveillance storm, drawing a parallel to Pegasus.
It is a snooping app. I mean, clearly, it's ridiculous. Now, where else do they want to, I mean, citizens have their right to privacy. Even all of you must be having a right to privacy to send your own messages to family, friends, without the government looking at everything. They are turning this country into a dictatorship. It's a very fine line between fraud is easy to report and we can see everything that every citizen of India is doing on their phone. So that's not how it should work.
The government has clarified that mobile phone users will have the option to delete this app if they do not want to use it.
कि आज तक पिछले 2 वर्षों में संचार साथी पोर्टल और संचार साथी ऐप के आधार पर कितनी सुविधा जनता को मिली है, कितना पैसा जनता का बचा है, और ये भी आंकड़े आपके सामने रखूं. 1 साल में 2024 में अकेले हमारे देश के अंदर 22,800 करोड़ रुपए के फ्रॉड हुए हैं. तो एक तरफ विपक्ष चिल्ला रहा है कि आप फ्रॉड कैसे रोकेंगे, दूसरी तरफ अगर संचार साथी का ऐप हमने आम नागरिक को दे दिया तो कह रहे हैं पेगासस. तो करो तो मरो, न करो तो मरो.
And it cannot breach your personal data. Cybersecurity experts calls the app genuine.
So it is a genuine app. It is not like one of those cloned apps which find their way to the app store. Secondly, all it asks from you is your name and it verifies your mobile number for registration. It is not asking for any other permission for access to your camera or access to your contacts like most of the other apps do, which come bundled in phones which cannot be deleted also. And now the minister has clearly said that if you want, you can delete it.
That the government does not really require an app to do any surveillance or any monitoring. The government already has powers for lawful interception and lawful monitoring under the provisions of the Information Technology Act.
As digital threats rise, tools like Sanchar Sathi could become essential to protect your identity and life savings. For now, the app remains both a shield and a subject of national debate.
We'll go for a quick debate format today. Tuin Sinha of the BJP and Ishkaran Bhandari on one side, and Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress, Piyush Joshi of Aam Aadmi Party, and Rajat Sethi are on the other. Let me start by giving a complete opportunity to the critics to, in brief, express their concerns about how Sanchar Sathi will allow the government to find out Ratnakar Tripathi's vegetable shopping, Piyush Joshi's film watching habits, and Rajat Sethi's WhatsApps. So you can explain to all our viewers, because I'm a very democratic person, I want to hear the other side first. Ratnakar Tripathi first, please.
That was the best joke, that you are a democratic person. Anyway, and now ladies and gentlemen, don't fall for the false and misleading information about the Pegasus which Dr. Goswami gave to you. In 2021, Supreme Court appointed a committee in the chairmanship of Justice R.V. Ravindran, which checked 29 mobile phones and found malware on 5 phones. But because the government did not cooperate, it is what was on the table, and Supreme Court, then Chief Justice Ramanna ji stated that government did not fully cooperate with the committee's investigation. So
you're factually incorrect, the Supreme Court. You're factually incorrect, and you're making up facts and you're misquoting a Supreme Court, because what the court said was this.
Factually incorrect.
You are, and let me tell you why you are. You may be lying unintentionally. You may be lying unintentionally, but you are lying.
Don't mislead again.
You may be lying unintentionally. You may be lying unintentionally, but you are lying because what the court said was that there is inconclusive evidence. No, I'm not, sir. I'm not. The court, the Supreme Court.
Yes, because
Mr.
government did not
Ratnakar
cooperate.
Tripathi, why do you want to embarrass yourself? Because I'll open the lines. Viewers, here is an opportunity for you to raise your voice against the lies of the opposition.
You can open the line. Who
The Supreme Court appointed committee, I'm bringing in others also, appointed committee probed the allegations, examined 29 phones and did not find any conclusive evidence of Pegasus being in any of them.
5 phones?
No, 5 phones, they did not find Pegasus.
5 phones were found with malware.
Malware is not Pegasus. Malware is in your phone also. Malware is in Ishkaran's phone also. Malware will be in my phone also. You don't understand. Malware, and the court said that the existence of malware in 5 phones does not mean the malware is Pegasus. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a terrible liar. You like to lie openly. That's bad habit of yours. Bad habit. Opening up the lines with, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition wants you to believe that you're going to be spied on, and the opposition is lying through its teeth. And Ishkaran is on the debate. Ishkaran. Why Sanchar Sathi achanak? What is the hurry? What is the hurry? Why do you want Sanchar Sathi on everyone's phone?
No.
Why?
Arnab, while you're covering this debate, I want to take your mind back to another debate which has not been covered. When Aadhaar came, the same argument. When Aadhaar was introduced, the same argument of mass surveillance, violation of privacy were made, and today they were fighting that Aadhaar should be the document by which you should define the citizenship. Aadhaar should be the document by which your name should be in the election commission's rolls. Aadhaar should be a document by which you do vote. So remember, when Aadhaar...
So why is the government denying Aadhaar?
Don't interrupt, sir. Let us have a civilized debate.
I'm not interrupting. I'm just asking you, why is the government denying Aadhaar?
Let me finish my point. Don't interrupt. You will have it on Aadhaar. You can Google, in the Supreme Court, they did the same fear-mongering. The ecosystem said how everybody will be identified, nobody will have privacy, all your rights will go. And now, after 5, 7, 10 years, they are wanting Aadhaar to be the primary document by which even an illegal immigrant should get citizenship in India. So basic aim is to oppose for the heck of opposing without making any sense. There's a simple test. We are having digital arrests. We are having digital scams. If the app was mandatory, you could not delete it, then they may have a case. But it has been qualified, it has been expressed that you can delete the app. If you do not want these precautions, delete it. If you want the safety.
The other point is obviously there is something good in this app. 1 minute, Piyush, just coming to you, 30 seconds. You know, viewers, Sanchar Sathi has 20 crore downloads. The people who are downloading in 20 crore times are seeing some benefit, right? But if you are you have been on the rolls of an intelligence agency of some foreign country, taken money from them, and they have been speaking to you, then obviously you'll be very worried, right? If you're doing anti-national work, if you're in touch with the wrong kinds of people, or if you're doing cyber fraud, that's the question. I always believe, कुछ छुपाना नहीं है तो डरते क्यों हो? कुछ छुपाना है तभी डरते हैं, right? Piyush is on the debate. Tuhin is responding. Lines are opening.
Absolutely.
Tuhin after Piyush. After Piyush. Yeah, Piyush. After Piyush, Tuhin. Coming to you after Piyush.
Yeah. You know, Arnab, It is the modern day election. The modern day elections, you as well know that they are basically, the whole strategy is devised on psychographics. How do you get this kind of data? While the government may not be interested in Piyush Joshi as a person's data, but the government is certainly interested in the societal data, the data as a whole of the country. Let me tell you why. Because then how do these IT cells create their algorithms? Because this is the data based on which the algos are going to be designed, and that is where the whole world is talking, criticizing these kind of psychographics.
No, there is
weapons grade ammunition.
Piyush, if you're a Bangladeshi infiltrator, you will not be able to take a phone in India. Without knowing, you'll be tracked by Sanchar Sathi. So Bangladeshi infiltrators, Rohingyas, they're the ones who'll be really scared. Cyber frauds.
I got your point.
Yes.
There's only point of contention is if it is my choice whether to keep this app or delete it, then why it is not on the App Store like it has been? Why issue a notification to all the mobile phone
It's not on the App Store.
And if it can be deleted, then why does not the notification?
It is very much. It is the number one download for utilities. It is very much available on the App Store. 1 minute, Piyush, 1 minute. Piyush, it is very much available on the App Store. It's the number one across utilities on App Store. So yeah. Let me be clear with you. It is there on the App Store. So you are factually wrong
I'm
there.
perfectly okay with this app being on the App Store. I don't have any problems with this app being on the App Store as it is right now. So let it be on the App Store. Now, publicize it like the Prime Minister publicized Paytm app.
It is there on the App Store.
Followers decide whether they want to download or not. So all I'm going to say here that to issue a notification of that nature to the mobile phone manufacturers that you have to install it and then pushing it through the software updates, that's where my problems arise. My problems arise that if this app is elective and can be deleted, then why doesn't the notification mentions this clearly? It is nowhere written in the notifications, and that's where the opposition is.
The opposition has nothing constructive to say in this country. The opposition has nothing constructive to say. The opposition will not do anything for cyber fraud. The opposition cannot explain why 40 lakh actions have been taken by the telecom providers against reported cases. Opposition will not take responsibility when there are suspected fraud communications. The opposition does not take responsibility. 26 lakh stolen mobile phones across our nation have been tracked. Suspected fraud communication, spam numbers, cyber fraud. You know how much cyber fraud there is, Piyush? You know how much cyber fraud there is in our country? You know how much cyber fraud there is? People die. So many people commit suicide because of cyber fraud. Why are you and Robert Vadra and Priyanka Vadra and the Vadra family and the Vadra Incorporated company? Why is the Vadra Incorporated company against everything good in this country? Tuhin is on the debate. Tuhin is on the debate. I want him to come in, everyone on right now. I'm not understanding this. It's beyond me.
Arnab,
making a big deal of everything, Baba.
I must say I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised by the reckless and strange reaction of the opposition parties to a very well-intended step aimed at fortifying our cyber security. Now, the reaction is such that it almost seems either they have a guilty conscience, they have been engaging in something which they want to hide, or they want to protect the digital criminals. The biggest beneficiary of this app are the elderly people who have been victims, who have been repeatedly victims of digital arrests. And like you mentioned, some of them have gone to the extent of committing suicide because of the quantum of loss they have suffered through these digital arrests. Now, the point is, we have made it very clear, this is an optional app. You can download it if you wish. You can delete it if you wish. It does not have any access to your camera or videos. It cannot access your call logs. It cannot access what you speak to via your phone. Then where exactly is the problem? It's a fact that, international calls have been spoofing Indian numbers. Misrepresentation is being carried out to carry out fraud, and two, terrorism and national security challenges are obviously threats which every country today is facing. Then why should this opposition? And I was very appalled by Priyanka Gandhi's comments. She obviously seems to be very ignorant of the facts of the case. But I think it's about time this opposition stops misleading the country. Whether it was Pegasus, forget Pegasus. They have even misled the country on the issue of Arogya Setu app. They said Arogya Setu app, and in fact the COVID apps, where you could monitor the vaccination schedule. This opposition even alleged that that was meant for snooping. Do you have so much to hide that you always fear you are being snooped at? Whereas history says something else. It is the Congress leaders who have been snooping each other, whether it was, Ashok Pilot snooping on Sachin Pilot, or whether it were other, opposition leaders being snooped during emergency.
No, the Congress allowed the Chinese to snoop. The Congress allowed the Chinese to snoop. You know something?
Yes,
it is.
that is the other part.
The Congress.
That
the Congress.
Is the other part, Arnab. The digital racism.
No, not racism.
That is the other
part.
No,
let me explain to you, Tuhin.
Evident.
Tuhin, this Congress party whose leaders took money from the Chinese government as donations into the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Or liya paisa, mota paisa. Lot of money came to Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Crores they took from the Chinese. Shame on these people. Shame on them. Shame on them. Now they took money from the Chinese, and you know what they did, Ratnakar Tripathi? They allowed 42 Chinese apps. They allowed 42 Chinese apps as spyware or malware to continue. In fact, in a paper called Android OS Privacy Under the Loop, a tale from the East, researchers looked at handsets from 4 Chinese iPhone makers. You could not even delete the apps.
Why to monologue?
Chinese came in with spyware installed. Chinese phones had all this installed. You couldn't uninstall them. Chinese install kare, usse koi problem nahi hai Ratnakar Tripathi ko. They loves the Chinese. Congress loves the Chinese. No, but they have a problem with the government of India. They have a problem with the government of India. These people must be investigated. They have some old links with the Chinese. Chinese love of the Congress party must be investigated.
Advertise for BJP.
Now the question is, what Rajat Sethi,
What is the question?
Rajat Sethi, what is your stand on this? I just want to know, what is your stand on this?
So, Arnab, I have no love lost for Congress party. And my litmus test on assessing anything that the government does is that tomorrow, God forbid, if Congress is in power, would I allow such a step taken by the government to force me to download an app? The answer was a big no. This is why I coordinated with your guest coordinators, and I said that I don't want to support this step. There are a few reasons. In a state, it's a philosophical debate how much of power balance should be there between the state on one side and citizens on the other
Rajat,
side.
first of all, before you continue, I must say you've really warmed the hearts of Ratnakar Tripathi with your prophecy that who knows, Congress may come to power. You're among very few people, including, no, God forbid, nahi hai. I'm sure.
So see, you have to account for the absolute worst case. Sir, please come to, I'm not getting into the political debate. My point is more philosophical.
Okay, Dr. Sethi, continue.
My point here is very simple. Keep the app in the App Store. Give the degrees of freedom with the citizens who want to take benefits of it. They can take benefits of it. There are screenshots circulating around the app and the kind of permissions that it seeks. There is absolutely no way in which you can actually, get to know if there is a malicious phone call coming from Myanmar or not, or without reading the messages, without, looking at all the call log and trying to correlate that data. There is just no way to do it, which essentially means that you will have to give away those permissions. Allow those users who want to give away those permissions, who feel genuinely scared that they are becoming targets of these malicious attacks from cross-border, people trying to flee smart. People who have better ways of managing their accounts, securing their accounts, need not have that. Why would you want to force it? And let me tell you, government, it would be an embarrassing position for the government if they have to withdraw once they take a principled position. Now, here they are withdrawing each step. Tomorrow, Apple is going to exert pressure because Apple will not fall for it. Then what face will be left when Jyotiraditya Scindia will have to stand up and say that, okay, it will just be an optional and it will sit on the App Store? My point is
the country will not come to a standstill if we don't use Apple phones?
Fine, do that. But again, that
you want
does
Apple
the
to decide the
choice?
government of India's
ministers-
policy?
all
By
the
the way,
ministers
by the
are
way,
now-
by the
all
way,
the ministers
by
use
the way,
Apple
they won't
phone.
do that. Rajat,
All the
listen.
ministers use Apple phone,
Rajat.
All the ministers
Rajat, a counter
first
to
convince the
no,
ministers.
Rajat, a counter,
First convince
Rajat, a
ministers
counter
of
to you,
Congress party
a
and the
counter to
BJP
you.
party
Apple will
use
not
any
do what
Android
you're
app.
saying. Apple will not do what you're saying because in the United States of America, where Apple is based, the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, has very stringent protocols like stir/shaken protocol for all telecom operators, everyone on, to digitally sign calls, which are then verified by the receiver to ensure that no caller may fake the phone number that they are using to make the call. There are stronger rules in Singapore, and as far as the European Union is concerned, it has the world's most stringent data protection and cyber fraud laws. Any developed or developing country hoping to be a great country as far as telecom is concerned has stronger laws than the ones which are here in India. The Digital Services Act in the EU ensures that very large platforms like Google, Meta, TikTok remove all potential scams from their sites, and all the tech giants peacefully comply with the dictates. It's only in India that we say, Bhaiya, Sanchar Sathi, and Rajat Sethi said, Nahi, you are dictatorial, you're dictatorial, hum progressive hai, you are dictatorial. What? Is EU not progressive? No, what is all this thing? What is this progressive liberal line that is being pushed down to me everywhere? Hum progressive hai, hame laws nahi chahiye, EU progressive nahi hai, America progressive nahi hai. What is this progressive rubbish? Don't look at your watch. Now he wants to run away now. Now Ratnakar Tripathi wants to run away from the program. Do you know Ratnakar Tripathi?
First go and convince
You
the
know the Chinese brands. All stuck tonight.
You yourself use an Apple phone. Spreading false information.
How do you know what phone I use? How do you know, Rajat? Snooping on me.
Dr. Goswami,
I know it.
Allow me to speak.
Let's not go there. It's just
Allow
bizarre
me to speak.
arguments,
Don't interfere. And don't.
Chinese brands have between 100 to 400 uninstalled apps. उसमें ईश्वरन भंडारी रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है 400 some Chinese phones have 400 pre-installed apps. He likes it because anything Chinese he likes.
Why are you acting like a BJP PRO?
He likes Italian.
Why are you Yes, I know.
Read the Mitrokin archives, find out who took money from foreign countries.
Arnav, can I come in?
मित्रों के आर्काइव्स में कितने आपके नेता आपके पार्टी के नेता कितने पेरोल्स में थे केजीबी के बता दूं? Should I reveal how many Congress leaders were on KGB payroll? Should I reveal? Should I reveal?
गडकरी किसके पैरोल पे थे डॉक्टर गोस्वामी? चाइना जाके क्या सीख के आए थे?
We'll open the calls.
क्या लिखे थे कि चाइनीज जो CPC है उससे हमने बड़ा
Ishkaran, viewers, don't be afraid. The Congress party wants you to.
जाकर के घर के आए.
Ishkaran, come on, Arnab, don't say. Please go and get into the debate.
But you have to make me speak.
I will know. You have to come in now. You mera debate. You have to come in quickly.
The simple point is whether you are a supporter of Chinese or you genuflect to Italians, that's not the point. I started by saying, is it compulsory or is it optional? It's been clarified that it's optional. Second example which you are giving, forget Apple. France arrested the founder of Telegram, kept him in France for 1 year. God knows what deal was signed when he was thrown out. If India was to arrest any global CEO saying that comply with our norms because you are having a private app leading to terror, we will have the entire nation, entire ecosystem jumping up.
Piyush!
So let's be
Only one point that I want to make, if it is optional, then why doesn't the notification say so? Just add an addendum to the notification.
But the minister is saying it's optional. You can uninstall it. What more optional can it be?
It is as simple as it gets.
No, it's simple matter. If I feel
Open the lines,
if it is not meant for the purposes of data mining, just clarify. If it is not meant for the purposes of...
Okay, we have callers tonight. Anand Singh is calling from Thane. Anand Singh is my first caller from Thane. Anand, come on. Can you hear me?
Hello, Arnab. Yes, I can hear you very well.
What do you think, Anand?
You see, Arnab, all these opposition parties and Congress in particular have no business to discuss. Hello.
I'm with you, Anand, but Ratnakar Tripathi has a mindset issue. He hates anything that is progressive, that is new, technically savvy. We have Bhubaneswar calling from Jammu. Bhubaneswar ji.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, 1 minute. Ratnakar Tripathi, you want to listen to my callers?
Hello.
अरे छोड़िए, अपोजिशन की पार्टी को बोलना, डिस्कस नहीं करना है किस तरह के
आप पार्लियामेंट चलने नहीं देते, मेरा शो चलने नहीं देते, आप कुछ चलने नहीं देते। ओके,
आप पार्लियामेंट से 150 लोग को निकाल के विधेयक पास कराते हैं। आप कौन सा डेमोक्रेटिक हैं?
भुवनेश्वर जी बोलिए, भुवनेश्वर जी, भुवनेश्वर जी, go on, बोलिए।
Mr. Congressman, please be silent for a minute. Strong opposition is always good for nation, but such opposition are no use for India.
Correct. Thank you, Bhuvaneshwar ji. Arun Kumar from Pratapgarh. Arun. Dhruv from Panchkula. Dhruv. Dhruv, are you there? Audio up, not there, I presume. Now, I'm going to get back to the callers in a bit. Tuhin, are you going to backtrack on this? If they make a big deal, they block the entire parliament session. They can block the entire parliament session, you know.
There are a few things, you know. Send it to a committee, you know. Send it to a committee of technical experts to be examined properly. That how are you going to do, you know, all these things? How are you going to?
Two on the debate. I heard you there. That question was Tuhin. Audio up.
Was taken
audio up.
A very important decision was taken recently. A very important decision was taken recently that no WhatsApp can operate without the SIM card. Please understand, these steps are necessary because the modern terrorist is a hybrid terrorist. You cannot recognize him. He will be operating, he will be traced via his communications, via his telephone traces. So please don't, I know you have always been soft. I know the Congress Party has always been soft on terrorism. But please don't propose steps which are the sole intent of which is to fortify national security. Please don't impede these steps because these are crucial from the point of view of national security. The modern terrorist is a hybrid, educated terrorist. He will be traced.
No, you take responsibility. Let me ask him. 1 minute. Piyush, wait. Piyush, louder.
What are you talking about here?
Piyush, you'll take responsibility tomorrow? 1 minute. You know what happened in Red Fort. You know what happened in Red Fort. You know what happened.
Why are you not able to understand what I'm talking? Because you have a soft corner for these people?
These people, exactly.
It's not like that. Tell me one thing, only Tuhin. It's just a simple technical question. Your telecom ministry cannot triangulate a SIM card or an IMEI number based on cell phone towers, even
oh, Mr. Piyush, you are a politician. Since when did you become a telecom expert? Yeah.
Telecom ministry cannot
politician since when have you become a telecom expert? Triangulate and all that.
Everything is for terrorism.
Who are you, Elon Musk? You don't know something. Why do you want to be a domain expert on everything?
These people become experts on every
I'm just asking
new
a simple
subject
question. I came prepared, you know.
अरे हर बार एक Google search करके अपने आप को ज्ञान दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है इधर. Google search करके आप ये triangulate बोले. Do you think the government does not have expertise? Government ने investigate नहीं किया है.
If the government has
हर चीज पे अपना.
Read this app. That's my question. That is my question.
अरे please यार Rajat.
You know, also they are always.
Rajat.
The telecom ministry has experts on experts on cyber security. Let's not laugh it out here. You know, I know personally the kind of strength that the Indian government has when it comes to its own NIC servers and all. Everything had to be outsourced. Today, in bunch of government offices, we are forced to use Gemini apps and the other AI applications because we do not have the capacity in the government to create AI applications also. What are you talking about cyber security? See, government is ill prepared. If you have an app, put it out in, I'm sure a private player would
Yeah,
have
you know,
made
you're
that
taking the kind of line, government is ill prepared, government can't do anything, government can't fight COVID, government can't make vaccines, everything imported is good. What is this, yeah? What is this approach? Everything imported is good.
Let me tell you, why don't you put out the app and the open source app on the public domain? Let us do an audit report of that app.
You do the open source, you're the technical expert on everything. There is a pre-installation of the app, you disbelieve everything.
What is presupposition? Why can you trust a Congress government trying to force you into downloading an app?
I don't understand My dear Rajat Sethi, Apple had to get rid of its lightning charging ports altogether and convert to Type-C ports because the EU said it was more green to have consistency across devices.
All union ministers use an Apple phone.
Okay, stop advertising Apple on my program.
Come on, Arnab, let's not be crazy about things.
Anyway,
subject here is finding out.
No, problem with you is you're a right winger with a bleeding heart.
Let's not.
You're a right winger with a bleeding heart.
Government will back out. What face will you be left with?
It's all right. Yeah, what back out? What? I don't care what the government does. You know what's happening all across the world. Will you take responsibility tomorrow to stop on the terrorist attack? Because we never did Sanchar Sati.
Are you saying that without
Okay, let me tell you. Did the Al-Falah module use our same telecom equipment to alert each other and carry out a terrorist incident? बात करते रह जाएंगे इस देश में हम लोग.
Are you saying that the government has only this?
I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying, will you take responsibility for terrorists misusing our telecom services?
Let's not be stupid here, Arnab.
What's stupid here? I mean, come on, you're the one being stupid here. You know the extent of cyber fraud in this country. But come on, everyone, don't give him so much attention. My question is, you know the amount. Viewers, there is a lot of cyber fraud. There are a lot of people committing suicide. There is a lot of wrong using that. We cannot. Rajat Sethi will not take responsibility for terrorists misusing the telecom services, for child pornographers misusing our telecom services. Giving lectures is one thing. Let the government do its job, Rajat.
False information.
It might not be your primary.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I agree to disagree. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you do as well. Now, the Congress party, when we struck Pakistan during Balakot, they attacked our forces. They said we hit trees. When our forces show proof of how we hit Pakistan during Operation Sindoor, they again have major issues. The Congress party has a history and prehistory of questioning the Indian armed forces. Listen to the latest comment that were made by the unbelievably banal Renuka Chaudhary. Let's debate.
During Operation Sindoor, it was the forces who briefed the nation. With clarity, with conviction, and with straight-up facts. But today, a Congress MP says the army was pressurized to speak. A stunning, baseless allegation aimed straight at the uniform. And then she makes it worse. A clarification that further questions our forces.
मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि किसी ABC ने उनको प्रेशर करा. मैंने कहा आर्मी को कभी मीडिया के सामने आना भी नहीं है. वो हमारे शान है और हम वो कुर्बान होते हैं अपने देश के लिए, शहीद बन जाते हैं और वो इस देश का रीढ़ के हड्डी है. तो उनसे प्लीज खिलवाड़ मत कीजिए. ऐसे मैं स्टेटमेंट्स इस मुद्दे पे बोलना भी नहीं चाहती हूँ. मैं कह रही हूँ कोई भी प्रेशर नहीं करना और नहीं कर सकते. ये अलग तरीका है कि लोग आके मीडिया में स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हैं. गलत बात है.
Congress MP Renuka Chaudhary's remark has sparked a full-blown political storm. A direct hit on the forces. A charge that has triggered national outrage. This isn't a one-off. Congress has built a pattern. Look at the record. Not one comment, but an entire list. Congress leaders questioning strikes, doubting the forces, insulting army chiefs, even alleging control over Jawans. From Rahul Gandhi to Kharge to state leaders, the Congress ecosystem has repeatedly targeted the forces. From caste taunts to surgical strike denial to mocking Rafales to calling the army chief Sarak Ka Gunda. This is the mindset Renuka's remark fits into. This isn't a slip, it's a pattern. A decade of Congress punching down at the forces, mocking, questioning, belittling the men who defend our borders.
मतलब कि एक तो वो कह रही है पाकिस्तान को ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में हमारे सेना के जवान जवाब नहीं दे पाए. दूसरा वो ये कह रही है कि हमारे आर्मी जनरल्स और आर्मी के जो बड़े अधिकारी हैं उन पर जुल्म किया जा रहा है। मतलब कि किस हद तक जाएंगी कांग्रेस पार्टी सेना के मनोबल को तोड़ने। इस सड़क का गुंडा बोलते हैं सेना को, ये सेना विरोधी है, इस संविधान विरोधी है।
Armed forces are the one institution Indians trust above all else. Much more than the Congress, now rejected in 95 elections in 10 years.
We have Akhil Swami and Ratnakar Tripathi. Major Samarpal Tour is there. Simple question. Congress party is saying that army people are coming out and saying that they are being pressurized to speak in support of the government. So in Sena, it's a very big thing to say, no? That army people are coming out and saying that they are being pressurized to speak in support of the government.
Can I come in?
Yeah, Tohin, you can come in, then I'll get a response. Yeah.
Arnab, the problem with this contemporary Congress party is that it seems to be allergic to a strong, successful Indian army.
Yeah.
When our DGMOs gave out a list of 12 PAF air bases which had been destroyed during Operation Sindoor, did you see them celebrating? They never celebrated, but instead they kept questioning about the imagined losses on our side ad nauseum, to the extent that it almost seemed that they had been tasked to find out this information from the enemy. This attitude of the present-day Congress party is extremely morbid, it is unhealthy, and of course Rahul Gandhi has gone to the extent of saying that 5% of the people in our country controls the army, which clearly is an insinuation aimed at stoking caste divisions within the army. So this Congress party has sinister mindset when it comes to national security, when it comes to our armed forces, and the behavior of Renuka Chaudhary is an extension
she's a political has-been
of Rahul Gandhi.
She's a political has-been. But I want to know, let's start with Akhil Swami. First of all, no Indian army serving officer or retired officer has said that they are being pressurized to speak in support of the government. Right? The Indian armed forces only speak in support of the nation, right? And not that of any government, right? So Renuka Chaudhary or Congress party has no right to put arbitrary gag orders on army leaders. Today we have all the GOCs who are speaking freely. They have Twitter handles. And the army policy empowers commanding officers for media briefings on non-sensitive matters, balancing security with a public right to know. So I want to know that if you're saying this, you have to give me proof on my program right now that this person has said this. Right, Samar? These Congress leaders cannot shoot and scoot. If they are saying it, then I want to know which army officer has said that they are being pressurized to speak in support of the government.
Maybe what they did with Colonel Rajpurohit,
the nation wants
probably
to know.
That can make sense.
The nation wants to know.
But otherwise,
is it by chance? Why he is speaking then? See, the nation wants to know. When Mr. Donald Trump says 62 times that the peace was brought in by him, why don't we get an answer from our Prime Minister, number one? Number two, Indo-American joint team of 12 members is saying that it was a incursion, it was not a attack from Pakistan, and in Operation Sindoor, why don't we get a clarification from the Prime Minister?
Go take a briefing from Islamabad then. Take a briefing from Islamabad.
The defense attaché.
Well said, Samar. Well said.
Outside, he goes away from the country.
I am giving you due respect, sir, because of your age.
Under pressure from the government of India.
Please talk sense.
That is why we suffered losses. Then we changed, and then ceasefire was declared by Prime Minister of India.
Sir, mera muh mat
the nation wants to know.
The Gandhi family sent the Indian army into Sri Lanka without any preparation. You are responsible for the murder of every and each army soldier who passed away in Sri Lanka.
Why Modi doesn't learn from Indira Gandhi?
पहले राजीव गांधी कहते हैं एलटीटी को ट्रेनिंग कराओ, उसके बाद कहते हैं एलटीटी को मारो. Is it a joke? Your party has been a joke when it comes to handling the military. The kind of scams that you have done, shame on you. The other land scam. Look at the Bofors scam.
नहीं चाहिए देश को.
Bed chopper scam.
दिल्ली के अंदर ब्लास्ट होता है. पाकिस्तान कहता है ब्लास्ट किसने कराया है?
You pressurized General V.K. Singh to buy the Tatra trucks at a high rate. And when he refused, you started playing dirty with his age. You are a party which cannot be trusted anymore. You want answers? You want answers? Go to Islamabad. Go to Islamabad and get answers. हमारी तरफ से बोरिया बिस्तरा लो और इस्लामाबाद जाके बैठो.
मनमोहन सिंह गए थे. कौन गया था बिरयानी खाने?
अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी गए थे और फिर धोखा हुआ था.
अरे
आपको पता है कारगिल क्यों हुआ? कारगिल इसलिए हुआ because Congress party kept sleeping. Army kept informing. Army kept reporting, giving situational reports and updates कि ये सब हो रहा है. आप please take a step. Diplomatically कुछ करो. नहीं. You were busy taking money for the Herald.
Well,
Herald's case हुआ है.
well, he's just amusing. Also, viewers, it is. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akhil Swami. After a point, it becomes difficult to hear you. To say that army officers are being forced to take a pro-government line. This is coming from a party which called late General Rawat a Sadak ka Gunda. This party has tried to provoke a divide in the forces. In May 2024, Rahul Gandhi said, दो तरह के जवान बना दिए गए हैं, दलितों का, आदिवासियों का, पिछड़ों का, गरीब जनरल कास्ट परिवारों का, माइनॉरिटी का बेटा होगा. He has done Hindu-Muslim even within the army. Now, either he's a fool.
मैं बताता हूँ.
But he has done that to him. Now, my point is to him, but now the Congress party is openly dragging the army in, and I think we are. Once, अभी तो हम जवाब देंगे आपको.
बिरयानी खाने क्यों गए?
अरे आपको कौन खिला रहा है? आपको कौन खिला रहा है? आप तो यू आर अफजल गुरु फैन.
अरे अपने
आप तो अफजल गुरु के फैन हो, याकूब मेमन के फैन हो, दाऊद इब्राहिम के फैन हो.
नहीं क्या बात
बिरयानी खाने क्यों गए?
पैसे क्यों लिए फिर?
अपनी जान पर खेलकर अपनी जान पर खेलकर एक लास्ट मौका दिया था प्रधानमंत्री ने पाकिस्तान को, और जब पाकिस्तान नहीं सुधरा तो पाकिस्तान की क्या हालत की है हमने वो भी आपने देखा है. देखिए, स्वामी जी राहुल गांधी के पक्के सपोर्टर हैं. कोई पक्का सपोर्टर ही प्रधानमंत्री को इस तरह से डरपोक कह सकता है. कोई इंटेलिजेंट आदमी नहीं कह सकता है. सबको पता है पिछले 8 वर्षों में वी हैव शोन पाकिस्तान इट्स प्लेस. Today, Pakistan is struggling for survival only because of the FATF sanctions which we got them imposed, which we had imposed upon them, which we convinced the world to impose upon them in 2018. We have broken the backbone of this Pakistan. And on top of it, you have people like Swamiji and you have people like Rahul Gandhi who keep giving cushion to Pakistan and keep believing that Pakistan is capable of fighting us.
No, which army officer? See, today I'm getting a lot of people calling in saying, which army officer is being forced to speak in favor of the government? Name one. Name one or apologize. You name one, you have to give the evidence. You can't, your party leaders cannot make statements during a parliament session and not expect us to ask for proof. नहीं, आप कंप्लेन मत कीजिए. आपको बोलने देते हैं. आप ही डीके शिव कुमार और सिद्धरामैया को बोलने नहीं देते. Your party has a lot of issues.
आप एडवर्टाइज करते रह गए संचार सारथी. आप इस डिबेट में यही कर रहे हैं कि बैठ के खाली गाली दे रहे हैं. आपको बोल रहा है. आपने से ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को थोड़ी सी एक्टिविटी कहा. आपके खरगे ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को छुटपुट वॉर कहा. आपके पवन खेरा ने कहा सिंदूर का सौदा. आपके अजय राय ने रफाल का मजाक उड़ाया. आपके चन्नी ने हर बार गलत बात कही. आपके चिदम्बरम ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स की प्रूफ मांगी. आपके दिग्विजय सिंह ये सबूत गैंग के नंबर 1 लीडर है. और सुनना चाहेंगे? सुनाओ. Now tell me which army officer said that he or she is being forced to speak in favor of the government. That's all I want. I want nothing else. Samar, I want nothing else.
I just want him to give me the name. Or I want him to say that they have lied once again. Just I want him to give him the name, that's all.
Nation wants to know.
I think
Please stop your biryani nonsense. If you don't have anything to talk, then don't waste the time.
Everyone on.
बिरयानी क्यों खाई? टैटू करा लो माथे पे और बैठ जाओ स्क्रीन के सामने।
अरे बिरयानी मोदी जी खाई, मैं क्यों टैटू
हाँ,
करा?
अपने माथे पे लिखवा के बैठ जाइए।
मोदी जी ने खाई, मैं क्यों टैटू करा? मैं
हाँ, तो फिर एक ही बात में
I'm saying name the officer. I'm saying name the officer Ratnakar Tripathi. I'll give you one last chance. Name the officer.
डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट साहब।
Name the individual.
आप चुप रहेंगे तो बोलूंगा।
इनको चुप कराइए, आपके जो ये बैठे हुए हैं, एक अखिल स्वामी या
सफेद बाल वाले।
नहीं, वो आपके चैनल पे उधर से आए हैं। वो जो बिरयानी वाली बात कह रहे हैं सरकार ने, स्वतंत्र भारत।
Anyway, you're not answering my question, Ratnakar Tripathi. That's not fair.
पहली बार।
I told you to name a person. I don't want to do this. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Obsessed with biryani.
You're positively not.
What a disgrace, Arnab. What a disgrace.
You think I let you get away by laughing on an issue on which you dragged the armed forces into this kind of a matter? And tried to say that army officers are being forced to speak for the government of India, make statements which will get quoted in the international media. I will hold you to account.
भाजपा का प्रचार बंद कीजिए।
आपको मैं hold you to account. आपको मैं accountable बनाऊंगा. I will hold you to account or you apologize for what Renuka Chaudhary said. Ladies and gentlemen, when I'm back, why this country is politics and society is being divided between two groups and should be. In India, you can have only two sides. You're either pro-infiltrator or anti-infiltrator. We'll debate that when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
The Indian Army has rarely spoken so loudly without uttering a word. And an excellent
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Goswami on the debate.
Time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. And don't get confused about SIRs, special intensive revision, BLOs, what's happening on the ground. See, viewers, the debate on SIR is becoming too technical, and I just want you to know this, because I have a feeling that you're not getting into the SIR debate because you think it's too technical and it doesn't matter to you. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if more than half the people watching this video don't even know the full form of SIR. That's a reality in our country. It's an unfortunate reality, but it's a reality. I want the future generations of this country, I want Gen Z to know about what's happening to their country. I want Gen Z to know that their country will be taken over by foreigners. I want Gen Z to be clear about the reality, about what will happen to this country if we allow any more infiltration into this country. And so I'm addressing Gen Z, and I'm addressing all the younger people, most of all, through this video. And I'd like to begin by saying that I come from the state of Assam. And today, a large part of Assam, the state I come from, has been taken over by foreigners. There are many districts, including the district where my family comes from, which has become 75% Muslim. 75% Muslim. Now, does this mean I'm anti-Muslim? Absolutely not. But this Muslim population, ladies and gentlemen, in the western part of Assam, is not the Assamese Muslim population. They are not Indian Muslims. The majority of them are infiltrators from Bangladesh. Now imagine this, viewers. Probably many of you don't even know about this. Now imagine this. And it's all happening close to an area which we call the Chicken's Neck, which is a 22-kilometer, a little bit more than that, maybe wide area which connects the northeastern part of the country to the rest of India. And imagine how vulnerable that area will become if the demography becomes something which is artificially created. And therefore now relate this to what Sarjil Imam said. The anti-national Sarjil Imam, when he said that the chicken's neck, we must break it. The chicken's neck, according to him, he said, belongs to the Muslim. Let's block it. Let's block it. Let's stop people moving across the chicken's neck. Was it an individual speaking in a haphazard way? No. Or was it part of a larger conspiracy against our great nation? Ladies and gentlemen, all I want you to have is your eyes wide open. I do not want you to be in a situation where you're living in your gated communities, your children are going to fantastic schools, you live in a tinted glass view of the country, you travel across in planes, you go to good restaurants, you live in the urban centers, and you believe everything's all right, nothing's going to ever change in this country. If you think so, then look at what is happening today in various parts of the world where there has been too much illegal immigration, where there has been too much infiltration. Look at what's happening in large parts of Scandinavia. Look at what's happening in Sweden. Look at what's happening with the rise of the Reform Party, the far-right Reform Party in the United Kingdom. And ask yourself, what were the circumstances which made local populations there suddenly so insecure that they are going to lose their language, their culture, their way of life, and they are going to lose their country itself? It's because these woke people, they just allowed everybody to come in. They had open borders. They allowed everybody to come in. And today, the people from these parts of the world have suddenly realized we've allowed too many infiltrators to come in. Now we are losing our way of life, so they've begun reacting. That is the context in which we must today, in our country, have an open discussion on infiltration. Infiltration. infiltration, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Kani Modi, so on and so forth, Tejasvi, confuse you about SIR. It's not about SIR. SIR is only a manifestation of the bigger problem. SIR is an attempt by the Election Commission to clean up the electoral rolls which have been infiltrated by infiltrators. A lot of people not from India have got into these roles and are voting in our country. This country is ours. Bharat, Bharatiyo ke liye hai. India is for Indians. India is not for Bangladeshis. I'm sorry, I'm not liberal enough to say, we can bring in a few Bangladeshis. It's not all right. They will take our jobs. They will take our livelihoods. They will take our land. And they will challenge our way of life. We have to put an end to this. Look at what Mamata Banerjee has done in Bengal. Look at what generations of Congress leaders did to Assam. They just changed the whole area. Today you go to large parts of Bengal, large parts of Assam, is full of infiltrators. And these are the vote banks of Congress party and Mamata Banerjee. For their vote banks, do you want to lose your way of life? For their politics, for their selfish interests, do you want future generations, do you want your children to lose their identity in their own country? And so if you believe today that you're rich enough and wealthy enough to ensure nothing will happen to you, well, it will impact you. And I wanted to therefore begin a nationwide poll on whether you're pro or anti-infiltration. Spread this video. I'm asking the people of our great nation to take a strong position on whether you are pro or anti-infiltration. Make this a subject of discussion in your drawing rooms, in your cafes. Discuss whether you're pro or anti-infiltration. Ask yourself whether you will employ an infiltrator. And see what's happening in our country. Today, while reacting to a plea in relation to 5 missing Rohingyas, the Chief Justice of India said, do you want us to roll out a red carpet for them? This was a historic position taken by the Chief Justice of India, who questioned the petitioners in the strongest words, saying if there is no legal status of a refugee and somebody is an infiltrator or an intruder and enters illegally, do we have to have an obligation to keep that fellow here? Fantastic. I support the Chief Justice of India. This is the whole battle. It's a battle for our country. The Supreme Court is basically saying that if you have dug a tunnel and crossed the fence and entered India illegally, now you say, I have entered. The laws must apply to me. Why should the laws apply to an infiltrator? Why should the rights apply to an infiltrator? Did the infiltrator follow the rules while infiltrating into my country and threatening my existence? Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is that when even the court is asking you to take a position on infiltration, there are many of you who believe that infiltration is an issue which will not impact you. It will, ladies and gentlemen. And the Trinamool Congress, for example, which is going in for elections in Bengal, is so scared that Kalyan Banerjee of the Trinamool Congress said that all judges should not make loose comments, and went on to say judges are making comments to increase their TRPs. Kalyan Banerjee should realize that his entire party's politics is based on Bangladeshi infiltrators. He does not have the guts or the courage to say that he's against Bangladeshi infiltrators. If he or his leader has the guts or courage, let them make a statement and say we are against infiltrators. Will they say that? Apply that cardinal principle on anyone you meet and ask them, are you pro or anti-infiltrators? Ladies and gentlemen, some people say there are 20 million illegal Bangladeshi infiltrators in our country. Personally, if you ask me, I think that number is much, much less than the reality. Data is suggesting 2 crore. I believe it could be 3 crore, 4 crore. There are infiltrators everywhere. Mizoram, Manipur, Assam, Delhi. Ask yourself, and when you employ people, ask them, are you from India? Are you from Bharat? Ask them to show you their Aadhaar cards and have those Aadhaar cards verified to make sure they are not fake Aadhaar cards, because that's also doing the rounds these days. The broad issue is this: can we make infiltration